all you snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to review the 2020 Ride Berzerker, Jake Blaveldt's board of choice. Got a little bit of an overhaul this year, so let's see how it stacks up. This board features Ride's directional hybrid camber, so what you get is rocker in the nose into camber underfoot, basically a directional cam rocker. What this does is when you load up the board, it elevates that rocker in the nose, which gives you a little more play in fresh snow. It just, changes the drive of the board, but you're still going to retain that pop and snap of traditional camber underfoot. I rode this board at Arapahoe Base on a day that had some overcast skies. It was snowing lightly, then heavily. There was moderate amounts of wind. Visibility would go from pure shit to actually being really solid. There's a couple inches of fresh snow off the groomers. The groomers were pretty pristine for the most part. A little bit of chunder on the sides and stuff depending where you went. And I rode these with my K2 Thraxis boots and my K2 Indy bindings. This board was a moderately stiff plank. I mean, it's a free ride board obviously, and it's got a free ride directional flex, slightly softer nose, progressively stiffening back up to the tail. And there's just not a lot of torsional flex. I mean, you couldn't really twist this board. And when I say there wasn't a lot, I mean there was actually none. There was none. Now, this board is stable. That's the one thing that I can talk about with this. You might feel a little vibration under the front foot, but from inside the front foot through the tail, you're not feeling shit. This board just plows through anything in its path. Is that bad? Is that good? I'll leave that up to you to decide. You do have to aggressively load this camber profile up to get anything out of it, and I mean aggressively load it up. You're putting all your weight into it, just pushing down, and then even when it snaps, you're sucking your knees up to just try to get this thing to boost. It takes a lot of effort. It's very aggressive. Yeah, I tried to butter it, didn't work out, failed, so I moved on to other things. So here's the thing about this board. At slow speeds, this board is super twitchy, it's hooky, it just does not want to engage. This is a board for just going fast. The faster you go, the easier it becomes to engage. The reason for that is there's no torsional flex to this board. I mean, none. You cannot twist this board. You pretty much just get it on edge and load into it, and it might spring off the tail, but by and large, you're just going fast. That's the only way to engage it. You're trying to skate to the lift, twitchy. You're gonna hook up, you're gonna die. You're on a flat track just cutting back through like the slow zone to the chairlift. Nope, fucking dead. But wide open, wide out, golden. You get on edge, it plows through anything in its path. You can rip a carve with it. It does take more effort. It is a very assertive and aggressive board. So who's this board for? Jake Blaveldт, obviously, or someone that thinks they can rip like him, but it's really for Jake Blaveldt. Let's be real. What the fuck did Ride do to this thing? I used to like this board, and now I just fucking hate it. It just wasn't that good. It's just sort of like, what did you do to this? Because it does not ride like how it used to. It's just way more assertive, way more aggressive. It takes way more effort. You've got to bring your A game to drive this thing. Comparable boards. The One by Battalion. The Carbon Flagship from Jones. This has been my review of the Ride Berzerker. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you'd really like to support us and you want to see us build out what we're trying to do, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. I could tell you more here, but I've got a video over there. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.